A very good afternoon. Welcome to this episode of Elkem Business Spot. My name is Elijah Kelvin Murungi, and this is Business Spot, of course, when you need business results. Now, today is our next day, and we've come back yet with another episode of Business Spot, and we're going to be talking about business branding this very afternoon. So there was a technical glitch. We were not in position to start at the exact time, that is 12 p.m. But we are very happy that we have either way been able to make it to this particular show. Now today with me on this particular episode, I have the CEO of Muson Electricals Limited. That is also the Honorable Jackson Mbonereho, who strokes as the Secretary of Finance, that is at Masindi Municipality, but also a male youth councillor for Masindi Municipality? Yes, Masindi Municipal. Yes, the whole of, the entire municipality. Yes, today, as I've said, we are going to be talking business ethics. Now let me take the absolute honor to invite him on this particular show to be able to speak to us. Jackson, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you can greet our viewers.
Our viewers outside there, I want to say good afternoon, and I want to add a voice on my host to say that we are really sorry for having not started within the prepared time.
Yeah, that's right.
As he has told us, it has been a technical issue. But all in all, that we want to say is, please take keen and listen. We share ideas. At the end of the day, I expect somebody to benefit outside there. Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. Our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV and those that are just joining us, this is Business Spot, and we're going to be talking about business ethics. Now, this show is proudly sponsored by Victory Bija Hotel, and we are saying you can reach out to them for accommodation, conference facilities, bar and restaurant services, the sauna, and then for those that have events, you can be able to access Victory Bija Hotel for the grounds for events. If you have an introduction ceremony, a wedding reception, and also a show, be it a musical show, you can be able to reach out to Victory Bija Hotel for those services. They are located along Ntuha Road, that is in Masindi Town, Masindi Municipality. So now, for those that are engaged in businesses, most of the times you have questions of what are these ethics that you're supposed to engage in your particular business. But also, for starters, this is something you need to know if you're going to get into business. What are these things that you need to consider as you're going to get into the business world? Now, Jackson, we're going to start right with looking at what is business ethics itself. What can the lay person out there that is watching get to understand about business ethics?
Thank you very much. I would like to put business ethics to its very simplicity, that the very layman outside there can easily understand me.
Yes.
You see, there are two words that are very, very simple for one to understand. When you talk about something being right and something being wrong, you get it? So I want to talk about ethics in relation using those two words. So there are situations, there are activities, and the decisions. You see, when something is going to be wrong, you either act for that thing to come out as a wrong action, you either decide and you have made a right or wrong decision, and you may create about a situation that ends up being right or wrong. So when we are looking at business ethics, our viewers outside there, when we are talking about business ethics, we are looking at the study of business situations, activities, and decisions where issues of right and wrong are addressed. You look at whatever you do within your business, that is activities. You look at what you're going to decide, that is a decision. But at the end of the day, all these must be addressed as right and wrong issues. You get it? So that is what brings us to a definition of business ethics. Studying business situations, activities, and the decisions, issues of right and wrong being addressed.
Okay.
That one brings us to a definition of business ethics. And maybe to add, some people in most cases, they focus at profit-making businesses only. You get it? But I want to say that it is not only commercial businesses like the profit-making.
Okay.
You may find that it is a group of members carrying out a given activity. It also applies. Once you're engaged in a given activity, you're doing as a given number of people. We're already in business.
Exactly.
We are combining
now,
minds.
Jackson, that takes me to the necessity of business ethics. You see, most of the people will think, just like you've put it, that the business is about making profit. As long as they have returns at the end of the day, that is what is very important to them. But what are some of the necessities for us, for someone or a group of people to have business ethics?
Now,
or if ethics in their business, the right and the wrong.
Now, it is very necessary for every organization. It could be a government organization. It would be a pressure group.
Actually, most of the people who think ethics apply to only what can I call
commercial
it?
businesses.
Yeah, commercial businesses. Yes. But also, just like you broadened it, it can be a government.
It can be a government organization. It can be pressure groups.
Okay.
You can talk about charity groups. Those ones that offer charitable services. Now, ethics is a very serious necessity. For example, we talk about government. If the government brought up a program, like I will remind you of some time back around 2017, 2019 there, when the government had brought the project of youth livelihood program.
Yeah.
The ethical and morals that were attached to the program, that is a government program, you get it? Where very many youth were harassed, arrested, and jailed, you get? It so partly failed the program, you get it? So, in other words, the act of, that is an action, the activities involved, the act of arresting itself was not morally right according to the youth. However, when you look at the government, to it's so like it was doing something right because it is looking at recovering money to empower more youth. But morally to the youth, they feel you put me to jail, it is morally not right.
Yeah.
Meaning to them, it was not ethical. You get it? So, it is very necessary. You see, now when we are looking at business ethics, it moves the other side with law, but again, some research has shown that ethics comes in after the law. But again, there are even some laws that you will find that they don't justify ethics. Like past the law. There is no law that says that a girlfriend is not, or boyfriend is not supposed to cheat. But morally we know it is not right. You get it? Meaning that
it's
to
a
me,
don't.
Yes. To me, when you cheat, I feel it is not ethical. You get me? So, to the
someone else finds it a new normal.
Yes. Now, to the government arresting the youth, to them it was normal. Because it has something that it wants to achieve.
Okay.
But again, to the youth, it was unethical. I'm still young. You just jail me because of something that you have brought. You get me? Now, here we come to business. You have started your small business somewhere. This business, to you, you have a target that you're looking at.
Making money, of course.
Yes.
At the end of the day. Profit.
Now, the other side, you discover that the same business is causing environmental degradation.
Yeah.
To the society, it is unethical for you to cause the environmental degradation. You get it? For example, somebody has begun his public address system. He keeps banging music because he's attracting market, and to the population, it is unethical.
Yeah.
And
they
to
feel
him,
it's noise.
Yeah, because he's producing noise, but to him, he feels it is the right thing to do. So it is somewhere going contrary, but again to him it is working out for him. So I'm saying ethical is necessary. It is a necessity. Because if you don't be ethical, you will feel like you're marketing your good, but the people you're marketing to, they will reject the good. If you have brought a good public system, you keep making noise there, people will hate you. And they will never ever come like, we want you to help us with your system. They will want to see always how you will leave that area. So they will not support you. That is. So if you abide and you be ethical, like, you see, business ethics takes the own of the business understanding the society in which is operating.
But okay, now that is quite external. But now we would need to get inside the business itself. We've seen how the society is supposed to perceive you, and also some of the things that they would not quarter with, or they would not like. To have, like you've talked about the business of music, just an example. We are not saying that people in the music business you should close shop, but you're looking at what how does the society perceive the business in terms of ethics. Now getting inside, inward, what is the necessity of this inward? I have a business and I need to practice this ethics. At the end of the day, what is the importance of me practicing the right ethics?
Now, within the business, within the business inside, there are some things that we can look at. How do I handle my clients? It is unethical. How am I handling my clients? That is within the business. Now, I'm not focusing on the external. I'm looking at those who have now come. How am I handling them? I have workers within the business. How am I treating my workers within the business? You will find that there are cases where you will own a business. Let's use an example where you're a contractor.
Okay.
And now, being a contractor, you get a job of 10 million. And you employ workers, and the workers are going to be paid on the total expenditure on all the workers goes to 200,000. You have made something of 10 million, and they are earning part of the 10 million. For them, their share is only 200,000. This is when we talk about the CEO or the contractor getting 2,000 times more than
the people who are actualizing the work.
You get me right? So at the end of the day, it affects the business.
Okay.
This is something which is not lawful. There is no law that says that a worker must be paid over this percent of what you have worked. It is beyond the law. But
do you think we should introduce that in the law in Uganda?
I think.
I know of a businesswoman. They have very many shops, but you realize they do not actually do. Okay, if you look at the salaries of the employees, seriously, versus what they make as profit, you feel like you feel empathy for the employees, and you're like,
and do you know what happens? What happens? These are businesses where you will find every time different employees.
The labor turnover.
You get
and
it.
Maybe they would look for alternatives of how can I increase my pay. They will start stealing here and there.
And if there is no possibility of stealing, the business will collapse.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Jackson. Our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, this is Business Spot, of course, for starters, and those that are just joining us on this particular episode, this is Business Spot, of course, when you expect or when you need the business results. Now, Jackson, we have major issues here that really, the major ethical issues that are facing, that businesses are actually facing today. What are some of these that we can say that, honestly, there are still quite a number of challenges of ethics in businesses? Or maybe for people that are going to start businesses, what should they expect as ethical issues that are bound for them to face.
Are you trying to talk about the ethical dilemmas of business?
Yeah.
Now, when you look at businesses, we have got common dilemmas, ethical dilemmas in business management. And one of the greatest that I can come up with is honesty in advertisement, honesty in communication to the public, and
in pricing,
superiors, clients, and government at large. Some people, actually most of the people, they have failed this ethical concept that when it comes to communication, there is no honesty. And me, I've always told the people, something can be built slowly by slowly. You see, there are some people that we have admired, but we don't know their way back. So with us, we want to run at the same pace with like these people.
The person moved 1,000 feet.
Yes.
And you are on your first one.
But you want to move at the same
speed.
You get it? So you find that this one brings about an ethical challenge of being honest. Somebody will come, tell the public, you know what, for us we are doing this and that, even when you don't have the capacity. Now, do you know? Yes, you don't have the capacity. That is not being honest. That is not being honest. It is a challenge. It is one of the dilemmas that, one, it will be faced by the clients. It will be faced by the media. They thought you could actually do this. Yes. Because you told them you do that. Yes. When they gave you the job, you failed you didn't deliver. Now, do you know how the government comes in? Because I talked about the government. You will be a contractor, you deceive the government, you have the capacity. Probably, with contractors and the government, they will, as you're going to bid, they will ask for the mini statement. I will go to Elijah, tell you first, give me 10 million. I deposit it on my account. Tomorrow I will withdraw it, give it back. My account will read it has been holding millions of money. Tomorrow the government will give you a tender or a contract to build a school of five classroom blocks. And then because you've borrowed and you can't anymore, you will not fulfill. Do you know what? You have killed your career in the future. Otherwise, somebody who had said that the reality is I can't handle this multi-million project. Give me a toilet of 25 million. When with you mathematically you have approximated it, you will feed in your 10 million. You have asked for 150 million, 200 million. So at the end of the day, you will collapse, they will jail you, and the whole thing has been sabotaged. Exactly. So for the viewers, because the explanation has been quite broad, we are looking at the concept of honesty. If you are starting a business or if you're in business, it is very ethical for you to be honest, more especially on service providing. If you cannot provide a certain service, you'll be honest with yourself. Yes. Now, do you know what? Somebody will say we offer delivery services. Now, when you say we offer delivery service, somebody will come within your inbox. Be it on Facebook or WhatsApp or whichever platform. Now, when this person comes into your inbox, says, you know what, I'm here in Karamoja, I wanted you to deliver me this item, I've admired it, but you don't know even where the direction of Karamoja is. You're not even on Google Maps. You don't know how to track vehicles moving that side. So at the end of the day, you keep deliver the whole country. You keep deceiving him. You see, we are going to. And at the end of the day, they are frustrated. And you get me right. Now, there is the other challenge of overlooking wrongdoings of other people. Somebody is doing wrong, and then you keep a deaf ear. With you keep a deaf blind eye. And do you think there is future in that? No. There is no future. Once you keep seeing someone is doing wrong, with you looking on, you overlook, the thing will become it will move from being a challenge, it will grow to a problem, then it will go to a disease. At a given time, it will become a chronic disease which is untreatable. is there future?
HIV.
It will become HIV. There is no future. You get me right? So some of these dilemmas, we have problems relating to special gifts. We have entertainment and kickbacks. Special gifts, these are some of the things that can easily deviate your vision. Are you getting me? Because I always don't like speaking out some statements, but let me just generalize and say young. When you employ somebody who is young, with no ethical values, this person will be taken over by gifts. Somebody will relate a gift
versus the salary.
Versus the salary.
Versus even the work.
Versus the work. And somebody will move away. Actually, there are some workplaces where you will find that we are operating under high temperatures. And now there is a gift. There is the other song that Bobby Wine sang and say, money. The song of money, where he said that I just told the lady, you want a house, you want a vehicle, the keys are here, I have the house is there, let's move. So she compared education and I think I've been studying to get these ones. So therefore there is nothing I'm waiting for. So if you have unethical persons without vision, at the end of the day, this one also becomes a dilemma. Somebody who is taken up by entertainment.
So in other words, it is not ethical for you to leave a particular job, maybe somewhere, just because someone is offering a gift.
Yes.
You're taken up by, what can we call them, small things.
Small things.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
These are special gifts. I've brought you, you see, there is the other opposite gender of ours. It will be a happy birthday for her. I bring her special gift. Wow. This person really likes me. This is abnormal love. The love I've never met on this planet. You see, you will take a gift with a califlet inside in form of a calendar when you have written on stars and moons. And this person, hearts. Yes, and this person, this special gift will take her off the next day, not paying attention to the workplace. Probably the business was her personal innovation. You get it? But because somebody has brought this, you lose focus. And you see, in this business sport, we are not only talking about men, we are focusing on the general public. How their businesses can move from one level to another. And now when we are communicating to this gender, we are trying to look at, if they bring you a special gift, let it not be a dilemma to what you have started. By the way, also gents, most especially when you are a handsome young gent and you have done something small for yourself. We also have sugar mummies who will come around, put you in the vehicle, drive you off, takes you to town, tells you
forgetting
drive.
There is no sustainability.
Yes, and to make matters worse, she will tell you, you be the one driving. The other day she will say,
okay.
The other day she will say, you can sleep with the car, me, I'm tired, I don't want to stay with
it.
You see? So my brother, you will go there and say, no, I have the vehicle. At any time I want the vehicle,
it is drive it.
I think today should not go because the fuel is also provided for. Forgetting, this is something which is not good.
So that is the issue of values, having personal values. So in other words, it is an issue, just like you're talking about the dilemmas in business ethics. Values, people don't have values. They are taken off slowly. You had brought in the idea of kickbacks. I think that is also very, very crucial for you to talk about.
Now we have got kickbacks. You see, now with kickbacks, we have kickbacks whereby somebody is going to be your friend. By the way, we have got very many friends. Now, these friends, not every person you see smiling before you
is a friend.
Is really a friend. Or maybe he would be a friend, but not a well-wishing friend. There are people who are going to approach you, but when their target is to put you down where you have come from, is where they want to take you. Somebody will come with all sorts of provisions and all the stories that person is bringing. Let's go here, let's go there. You see, we are coming back in 10 minutes. But whenever you move, you're not really coming back. These are kickbacks. Somebody is struggling to see you
out of business.
Yes, out of business. You must be just like that person. You go in the hustling world. Omuntu nara, you're going somewhere where that person doesn't want you. People are kicking you back. This is when we talk about those who did the PhDs to the fullest. All they know is pull him down. You get it? Pull him down. So we need to be too careful, and we have to remain on our core values.
Yeah, on the issue of ethics, I think some other thing that we feel should be very important in this discussion is the employee-employer relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, in terms of ethics, because sometimes if you've noticed, you find employees actually have how can I call them, relationships. I don't know if it is, by the way, I need to understand if it is really something ethical for employees to have relationships within themselves, or maybe we should put it just like divinity, that how do you get a partner? Work, beach, club, bar, where?
You see, sometimes when it comes to issues of relationships, I always fail to have clear definitions of relationships, because this is nature. Partly it is nature, unless otherwise, if you a player, but a relationship is natural. You move from nowhere, you find yourself, that is the person who works for you. So to me, I always want to say, for as long as employees remain performing the tasks and obligations,
but you see,
that
they'll
they are
get to
supposed
feel,
to,
and then you see they cannot deliver. Honestly, let's be honest, the way a relationship can treat someone, they will definitely at some point lose the focus.
Now, do you know what? Whichever it could be, somebody will be in a relationship, and it is worse when the person, your employee, if the person she or he is in relationship with, if that person is at a far distance, the business will be affected more than even when two employees are in relationship within the same company, for as long as they decided to remain with good ethical manners. You get it? Because somebody will want to visit the fellow, but if it is a distant relationship, it may not be that I will visit that person at night. You get? And it will require that person probably to travel. If, for example, you're in Masinda and you're going to travel to Kabale, you can imagine traveling to Kabale, that is the whole day. They must enjoy, that is the second day. Then coming back is also another day. What is the status of the business? Huh? Are you getting me? But if these two people are within, there is a possibility they can decide.
Okay, bottom line, is it ethical for them to have those
bottom
sexual
line,
relationships?
Bottom line, what is not ethical is showing it while on duty. But we have seen companies employing a husband and a wife. It has no problem, for as long as your relationship and its behaviors are not done at the workplace.
Yeah.
You see, what makes it unethical is practicing it on duty.
Now let me ask a hard one. It is when it gets to the employer versus the employee. Probably is female or male, and then they have that kind of.
I get you right.
Yeah.
Now, I think, to me as Jack, I don't support employer-employee relationship. You see, you are the top manager, and the one thing with the issue of relationship is, once you're in relationship with your employee, she feels
She's the boss of her
She's
own.
the boss of her own. Because now, you see, there is a way God created these things. Immediately you become one. So if you are one, it means you're all employers. You need an employee. You get me right? The worst thing, our viewers, the worst thing that we can ever do is an employer falling for an employee. The whole thing is now in mess. You will not question, where is the 50,000? I'm not seeing things here balance out. And the other person,
you done this?
The other person will smartly tell you, yeah, the 50,000 was there, but can you check on this dress? It was 60,000. I had 10,000. I topped on 10,000 too, and now it was your responsibility to buy the dress. Probably they have even helped you.
So in other words, you've narrowed the room for accountability.
Very. And what I can say, if you reach at that level and you feel this is the person God is showing you, please withdraw her
from the job. Get her
another employee. Continue with this person. This is why I said, if you're not a player, because a player, even the one you bring, you will again fall for. You get it?
All right. Thank you so much, Jackson. Our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, this is Business Spot, of course, when you need business results. And now up next is the chat spot, of course, with Baneke Alpha and Eve Villa, and also our guest for today, who is going to be Emmanuel Ahumuza. So we are going to encourage you to keep your eyes on Elkem television for this whole particular day, and probably for the whole week, because we have all these amazing shows for you to be able to take in, but also to be able to learn and unlearn certain things from these particular shows. And now we're speaking business ethics today on Elkem Business Spot, and our guest is Jackson Mbonereho, who is the CEO of Muson Electricals, that is located in Kijura, Site Abagezi, Chinatown. Okay, you guys have quite a number of descriptions of Kijura, Site Abagezi, Chinatown. I don't know if there is any other, but of course that is where the business is located. And now, Jackson, all businesses actually always have business strategies. Everyone is trying to strategize here and there to see that at the end of the day they get to see their goals achieved. And now there is an issue of the role of values in achieving these goals, or in achieving in making business ethics, the role of those values. For example, I can say I am in a bar business, but I do not drink. That is my value, or whatever you can be able to describe it. But what are the roles of our values while we put up business ethics for our businesses? Because guess what, your values might make you lose probably the customers, but also it is a lot.
What I can say to begin with, ethics, this word ethics, it just takes a common sense of understanding what is right and what is wrong. This is why in the starting I said, when you try to relate it to relationship, it is not in the law. Anywhere in the law that it is wrong for a boyfriend or girlfriend to cheat, but you just feel it is bad. You get it? Meaning that we are not supposed to do what?
To cheat.
Now, as Jackson, I may have some personal principles. Have you seen people who begin businesses like me? Somebody begins an electrical business, but when he's not an electrician. Somebody begins it, is not an electrician, but you find him working out. You get it? So I may begin a business and I put it on the right things that it has to move. I give it direction, that it has to take this direction. But when in reality, I'm not doing the right thing. I'm not actually in the right line of business. You get it? So me, my moral as a person is different, and I've begun a business and put it to the right morals. You get it? I don't take alcohol.
Okay.
The fact that I don't take alcohol, you will find me opening up a bar business, and say these are the things. But at the end of the day, what the public wants is that the ethics within the business are good and favorable. And of course, something which is good, it will be favorable, unless otherwise, if you're in a wrong environment. One, I'll begin a business and say, in this business, when you see the customers are many, it means the temperatures in the room have increased. Always make sure you put for them the fan. And I don't want the fan to be on when there is no anybody inside. You get it? I'm trying to put things,
policies.
Yes, policies that I want to operate within. You see, when a day, now I'm relating to the employer-employee. When in a day we make profits exceeding 200,000, everybody is entitled to an allowance of 10,000. You get it? Me, I'm not professional in what they are doing, but I'm putting there things that can keep my people content. My values and my people, because I have clients that I serve, I have people who help me serve. You get it?
Yeah.
Very many people have started up these the business of medicine, pharmacies, when they are not, when they are using.
They are entrepreneurs, of
Yes.
course, because the business is quite profitable.
Yes, and they employ others. I tell you, you see, at any time we make a profit of 200,000. Trust me, you will move home with 20,000. What does it do? It increases the employer-employee relationship.
Of course, that is the motivation.
Yes, you motivate them, and somebody will feel like it is fine. Me, I can stay. I don't take alcohol. But when I know Elijah is my good customer here, and every time he comes around he spends 50,000, there is no problem with one day Elijah coming and you take, when it is time for you paying the bill, I say, today I've paid for you. You get it? It's not that I have a lot, but I'm trying to put
that relationship.
Yes, this one has not spoiled my value. Somebody will know, this one does not take. If I'm to buy for him, he's good at minute maid. Like me, I have friends who are good at boozing. Little do I do. So these people, there is a way they like me and there is a way they try to familiar with me when it comes to that. When we reach there, they will say, this one is manageable. He's manageable. How many minute maids can he take? You just keep giving him. You get it?
You're going to take one,
yes,
and you're out
you
of
will
the
take
game.
one and it will stock the stomach. So you see, clients or employees will get used to the environment that you have created. You don't need to kill your personal values because of the nature of business that you have started.
Now, a little bit, Jackson, what I want to bring in the thing of what benefits accrue when we have such values in the business strategy.
Now, when we have such values in the business strategy, one of the things that me I call very important is the social capital. The people around, they will like you the way you are. You get me? And of what advantage is it to the business once you are appreciated by the society? It means the society has embraced the business. You get it?
And they have understood your product.
Yes, and when the product is understood, its profitability obviously does what? Increases. So it means you have achieved the target. No matter how slow it will have achieved, trust me, it will shoot at a given time. You see, for those who did economics, they are what we call the Rostov stages of economic growth. You don't begin today and you expect to be at the top. When we used to study by then, they told us it is only America which did not start at the lowest level of the Rostov stage of economic development. But unless you are America, this is how I always put it.
Unless you are America.
Unless you are America.
But also, to me, I think, you see, there is always transformation. They also had their zero. You understand? For as much as they did not start from what we think is Mberambi, you understand?
Yeah.
But at least they also had their zero, and now they keep on, you know?
Actually, what I can say, Mbonereho tuli batoto wagurukaga entambo. I don't know whether you know high jump.
I know high jump.
Now, in high jump, there is when they would leave us, the young ones, to first jump, they keep increasing the level. Now, those who were tall, they begin from where maybe we have stopped. You get it? Now, this is America. So with you begin from down. You keep upgrading, then at a given level,
you reach where they started.
That was the zero for America. You get it? Yeah. So according to Rosto, he says it is only America which did not begin down. So unless you are America, I always say, just give it time. You put there values that the public can appreciate. You see, there are some of us, we were good people. But because we have started something, now our morals have deteriorated instead. You get it? By the way, you will be good, people will appreciate you. And once the values change, because you have seen you somewhere, again, the same people who appreciated you, they will depreciate you.
Yeah.
And this one will be a cost to the what? To the business. So if we are going to remain moving from a level to another, it means we are supposed to maintain these ethical and moral values. Actually, if there is room, every time let's keep improving, because research has shown me that ethics are not static. They are not static.
They keep on
they keep changing from place to place, from person to person. Are you aware that you will employ me, and me when my body temperatures are always high, and every time you ask me how are you, I tell you this environment is not good. But why? The environment is always hot. Now as a good employer, you say okay, you begin planning to bring in a fan or AC system, because you're trying to create a good working environment. At the end of the day, I say real, I love my boss. Now, why these ethicals are not static? You will bring another person who always feels cold all the time.
Now for me, I don't like the AC.
Now with you don't like the AC.
Now you have to reduce.
Meaning your problem now is not AC, whereas my problem was AC. Your problem is not AC. This is why these ethicals are not static. Like here in Masindi, you will find the environment is cold. Therefore, you feel no need for AC. Now, don't be rigid in your mind that as far as creating a good working environment is concerned, AC is not part. You go to Karamoja. In Karamoja, it will be a necessity. If you want to create a good working environment, make sure the air is conditionalized. You get it?
Exactly.
Yes. Right. So we need to be keen that ethicals are not static. Every time it takes studying the environment, it takes studying the person.
Okay. All right, our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem television, this is Business Spot. This show is proudly this show is proudly sponsored by Victory Bija Hotel. We are saying you can reach out to them for accommodation, conference facilities, bar and restaurant services, sauna, other grounds for events, and then for also those ones that have concerts, musical events, you can be in position to bring them to Victory Bija Hotel. They are located along Ntuha Road, that is in Masindi town, Masindi municipality. Today we're speaking business ethics, and of course my name is Elijah Kelvin Murungi, and our guest today is Jackson Mbonereho. Yes. Now, Jackson, as we get to the last bit of this particular show, we need to understand, we've talked about ethics here and there, in and out. Initially we looked at the community. What does the community expect? Yeah, and how can you be able to have your business perceived with, of course, good ethical values, and then inside, inboard ethics in your personal business with your employees, that working relationship. Now we need to understand, how can we be in position to recognize, an organization or a business that has ethics? In other words, what are some of these characteristics that we can look at and say there are ethics in this particular organization?
Wow, I want to thank you. Now, I want to tell you some small thing, that a business can contribute to the society. A business can contribute to the society, and a business can disorganize the society. Like, I want to relate to Kinyara Sugar. Kinyara Sugar dumps. Hope you are aware. It dumps. Now, if a business doesn't have ethical values, it will not mind about how it is going to do its dumping. That is one. Now, for you to understand that this business,
it is just like thank you for bringing that example. Do you know when it rains in town?
Yeah.
Do you know what happens in the trenches? Whoever has rubbish waste, they will just put it in the trench, and the rain will continue. Wherever where it stops, if it
those
stops
are
at
the
your
ones
doorstep, that is okay.
Now, if you a business owner here and the trench is dropping down there, how you behave when it has rained tells us the values that you weigh. You get it? Now, if the business has got good ethical values, it will mind about the society. It will mind about the rest. In what ways will it mind? One, dumping. It will take serious note when we dump these hazards at our people. Two, when it comes to these businesses, they contribute to the society. If you have good ethical values, you will know, as a good director, I'm supposed to give back to the society. You get it? They have been supporting you. You may not give back every day, but it has been supporting you. Would you organize something? You may not give everyone. Would you organize something? Maybe you buy like 2 dozens of plates, or either melamine or nice. You take to the LOC where you're operating. You say, this one has been proudly given in by Muson Smart Electricals as an appreciation.
I wish I knew that pronunciation earlier.
Muson. Yes. It has been proudly given in by Muson Smart Electricals, and it is really a way of giving back to our population. We didn't have much, but hopefully with the time we can improve on the quality. That is a way of giving back. And tomorrow when the LOC sits, they say, we want to inform you that our society, our people, business persons who operate within courtesy Muson Smart Electricals, they gave us and they offered some plates, meaning if we had 50 plates and they have given 24, right now we want to inform you that our LOC has 24 plates. Please, if you have a burial or a ceremony, feel free to come and pick plates and make use of them. You see, that those are ethicals.
Okay.
Now, another one. Under good ethical values, a business is supposed to pay tax. It is tax compliance. So you don't dodge around with some legal techniques. You have to pay, because you know when you pay, that very tax is the one that goes back to the society. Then you see, a good business with good ethical values, it feels bad if you operating in Masindi to employ people from Kibali. It means there is no...
You're undermining the...
Yes.
The people within, are you telling us there are no...
So for them, they have to give you money, and money must be exported out of the area. You get it?
Profit repatriation.
Yes, you must employ people around. Employ them, let them feel part of the thing. Ekintu mukisindike inyweni. Are you getting me? So some of these are the ethical values that I feel that you will judge the business and say,
the characteristics.
You see, it has some local content. It has employed so and so's son. It has employed so and so's daughter.
They are ethical.
And now, to you who is not a member of the society, for I'm now bringing out a non-member of the society, how will judge from the moment you arrive in to understand whether this business could be having some good ethical values. When you arrive in a society and you want something, you go there. They are going to serve you very well. Those people are good. They are going to give you. You just reach there, even when you don't know. These people. Once the society starts giving recommendations, I want to assure you, just know wherever they are recommending you, there are some good ethical values. These are places where you reach. Now, customer, how were you saying? Okay, with you are saying you have how much? But you go in an area, you will first sell a goat, you come and buy.
What is that?
How are you handling? Yes, communication with your clients. You must reach in a place, they say, now you say, okay, maybe take this one. Let somebody give you an alternative. You get it? So some of these are the ways that you will determine that really there are some good ethical values in a given business.
All right. Thank you so much, Jackson Mbonereho, our viewers that have been watching us live on Elkem television. This has been Business Pod, of course, when you need business ethics. Our guest today was Mbonereho Jackson. Did I call you Joseph or Jackson?
Jackson.
Yes, I mean when I was...
I think you still said Jackson.
Jackson, all right. He's called Jackson Mbonereho, who is the CEO of Muson Smart. Yes, Muson Smart Electricals Limited. And I've been Elijah Kelvin Murungi. Up next, we're going to be having the chat spot, of course, unlocking social realities. So they're going to be speaking, why are women undermined of late? Why are women being undermined of late? Undermined by, of course, by who? The men themselves. So that is going to be their topical discussion in this particular episode of the chat spot. I want to wish you a very, very good afternoon. Have a good day.